Hey guys, it's Chris the Batman Statue Collector, and welcome back once again to Brotherhood of the Bat Collectibles. And I am chilling in my Bat Cave today. I'm actually getting ready to frame some of my art that I picked up from New York Comic Con. A lot of you have reached out, and I have covered this a bit here on the channel, and maybe some of you might have missed it. But today I thought maybe you would want to see kind of like how I frame things. And so it's really quite simple. I have to give a shout out to Dan Default from Wayne Manor, Rocket City, who suggested a company called Art to Frame. Now, Art to Frame is a customizable framing company. They're out of the back east somewhere, and they do a really nice job, not only with the frames, but I typically don't buy the frames from them, but I do buy the mats. And the cool thing about it is you can customize it to whatever size you need. And another thing that I really like is that you can do these really fancy corners and do double and triple mats. So you can really get your own kind of customized look. Now I'm going to be completely honest, I've completely stolen my look from Dan. The way he did the black on black mats, he did with the corners. So yeah, I've completely stolen his idea from him. But it's because I really like his aesthetic. I really like the way he creates his gallery and his collection. And so, yeah, I wanted to emulate that. So anyway, that's exactly what I have done. And you get the art to frame. Probably once you buy from them, I usually get it like maybe 3 or 4 days later. It's fairly quick. It might be a little longer if it's actually like a glass frame or something like that. I don't know exactly. Sometimes the shipping can be a little high. You can pick it up free if you live there, which I wish I did because I've spent quite a bit of money on mats. But that's that, right? So on the other side of that, people say, where do you get your frames? I don't do anything fancy with my frames. I probably should, with the amount of money that I have invested in the art, like doing like museum glass. And I've considered that, but I just get all of my frames at Hobby Lobby. You might have a local craft store that might be different, but that's what I get. I get Hobby Lobby frames. And if you are not familiar with Hobby Lobby, every other week they have a 50% off sale. So never just go in and buy frames. Wait till it's 50% off. It's every other week. And you can Google Hobby Lobby weekly ad and it'll tell you. 1 week it's custom frames. And then the next week it is regular frames. And that's what I get. So like 18 by 24 is, my larger frame that I get for the 11 by 17s. I get a lot of 9 by 12 frames for all of like my David Finch stuff. I have some larger frames as well here and there. But I find that you have the consistency. Now, they do have different style frames, of course, at Hobby Lobby, but I get the same kind. I get the same ones, and I'm going to show you exactly what that looks like. So if you want to see what it looks like, I also have a bunch of art actually ready to go and matted. As you can see, that's kind of what I was talking about with like the fancy corners. It's really nice. And again, it is double matted, which is great. It gives it a really nice look. I've also just got my Jim Lee here as well. I also wanted to show you kind of what I do on the back. I use a painter's tape on the back to, I kind of go right on the very edge because if you need to peel it up, it will peel up really easily. And it really seals and kind of protects. I've also thought about doing like completely all the way around, especially with my David Finch pieces. I know some of you have had concern about them being under the air conditioning unit. And I have the same concern. So I've gone back and I have completely sealed them. Even put like a little plastic sheet just to make sure everything stays nice and dry. Even if the mat gets ruined, the artwork won't, because it is protected by the glass in front. So I'm pretty optimistic that I'm fine there. But again, I think that these mats are fantastic and they're very accurate. Again, you can get down to like the point, 0.25 or whatever, it's really accurate depending on what you need. Because sometimes the art, it might be an oddball size piece of art, but yeah, it is what it is. Let me show you the Jim Lee that I'm talking about here. Sorry, it's a little heavy, but I've got the Jim Lee right here and I just got it matted up. So I'm getting ready to frame it. And again, I just want to show you what the frame looks like and kind of the process of just putting the mat in the frame. Maybe some of you have never framed something before, and maybe this will be helpful. If not, I apologize and I'm completely wasting your time, but hopefully this is a little bit helpful today. So I'm going to show you what the frame looks like that I'm talking about. I'm getting ready to mat the Javi Fernandez one first. And so, yeah, let me show you what we got. Hey guys, pardon the interruption, but I want to remind you that this Friday we have a live hangout. It's going to be a reaction show to the Prime 1 Studio Next Level. It'll be about 7:45, 7:50, somewhere in there, p.m. Central Standard Time. Make sure you join us. It's going to be a lot of fun. All right, guys, so I have one of the frames here from Hobby Lobby. Just gives you an idea. It's called Green Tree Gallery. These are the ones that I buy. They always have different, sometimes they have families, and like the one I usually get has an old gentleman, but it's just a very, clean corner, as you can see. It also has the hooks on the back. You do have to buy the wire. Some of the smaller frames, of course, they just have like the little zigzag. I don't know what you call that thing, but that's what I use for the smaller frames and all the stuff that's in the entryway. Pretty much all of those are those smaller ones, but again, the bigger ones, you do have to get the tension wire. You can get that at Walmart or any store that has any sort of like framing, but like I usually get my stuff from Walmart. But yeah, again, nice clean frame, and I'm going to unwrap this and let's frame something. Now I would be careful because sometimes on this, if you move it around too much while you're undoing this, sometimes the frame will scratch. So just be careful. You don't want a lot of scratch marks unless you're going for that the battle damage look. But again, there's this cardboard on the back, and it's got these little, staples that you can take out if you want, or you just leave them. I just leave them because it's on the back side. You're not really going to see it. But again, it has all these great hooks. So that's fantastic. And then it's got all of these little prongs. You just start pulling all these up. Easier said than done. You definitely need some fingernails or screwdriver or something to kind of pry those up sometimes. But make sure that you have them all up. And I got all of them there. You want to take off the paper. You do not need that. You want to make sure there's no like fuzzies or anything like that. And then you take your art and whoops, I had the wrong one here. I forgot this is the Jim Lee one. Let me come over here and we'll put the Jim Lee in. Again, you want to make sure the top is in. And when you have them all in there flush, you're going to want to add the backing. And again, just make sure it's completely flush, and again, you might have to kind of bend it just a little bit to make sure it fits right. And then you push all of the prongs down to hold the backing. Then of course, when all is said and done, you get something that looks like this. I'm calling this one Batman Out of the Darkness and Into the Light by Jim Lee. And it just has a really nice finished look. Again, you could do white mats or blue mats or whatever you want to do. I like the black, but yeah, that's how I frame my stuff. All right, so we definitely haven't solved any world problems today, but hopefully this was helpful. I mean, again, a lot of people ask me on a consistent basis, hey Chris, what do you use for this, this, and this? And I use pretty simple things. I don't go anything too fancy. I'm sure there's a lot of people in the comments that might recommend, again, like a higher quality frame or museum glass. All of that, though, adds up. And you guys know that sometimes the budget's limited. The art is taking up a lot of my budget. Statues definitely wound down. Is that the right word? Yeah, wound down. I think that's right. But anyway, that slowed down a little bit. And so I think it'll probably pick up in 25, 26, where, again, I've heard a lot of great things are coming. And I can't tell you about them yet, but I know a lot of things are coming. So I'm optimistic about that. But in terms of the art, I am fine with the way I've displayed it. I'm the only one that sees it. No one else, no one else is interested really in my family and my collection. And so I'm the only one that really sees this stuff. Of course, you guys do too. And so, yeah, I'm happy with it. So again, Hobby Lobby and art2frames.com is what I recommend. So anyway, hopefully you enjoyed this today. I hope you did. If you did, let me know. Give me a thumbs up if you would do that. Subscribe if you haven't done so. Also, a great thing you can do is hit the join button down below that becomes a member of the Batman Statue Collector Brotherhood of the Bat Collectibles. I would love to have you join us. And of course, another big thing that really can help is just sharing this channel with your friends and family, people that you think would maybe like to talk about collectibles and learn about collectibles, because that's what we're all about here, is growing the community. And I'm so glad that you're a part of it. So anyway, with that said, I'm going to quit rambling because I've done it for too long. Hope you have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you soon in the Batcave. Bye, everybody. Hey guys, thank you so very much for watching today, and if you're new here, please hit the subscribe button right here on the screen and check out these 2 awesome videos. I think you're going to love them. And also please join us on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. I would love to have you join in all the fun. Thank you guys so very much for watching. See you in the Batcave.